morning, everyone. Welcome back to the episode 6 of the Potter Podcast. Now we are here almost at the end of the Potter Podcast seasons for this semester. So the topic that we would like to talk about today is quite interesting, but it's not less interesting than our guest speaker today. So I want you guys to give a warm welcome to Ajarn Thawit. So good morning, Ajarn.
Good morning to everyone there in the studio today. And my name's Thawit Somrak, or you can call me TH-BUSU or Thawit, whatever you want to. So I'm a lecturer at ITHM, International Tourism and Hospitality Management, Bangkok University International, or BUI basically we call. And this is my first year working here. So I'm a new face. Right.
So thank you so much, Ajarn, for joining with us today.
Mm-hmm.
So with your experience in the tourism and hospitality industry, and also as you are the instructor of the ITHM, so we are in for the trade. Right. So I can't wait to hear your insight for this episode as well. So the topic that we would like to discuss today is the sustainable tourism and hospitality. So let's start with the very basic question, which is what is sustainable tourism and hospitality?
So it can mean everything in our entire life. It doesn't mean just only tourism and hospitality. But in terms of the hospitality and tourism, we may thinking of how we can preserve the environment. However, the every single behaviors of a tourist, let's say us, really a huge impact in three pillars. First will be the cultural or society and environment and economy. The environment, it can be harmful, or we destroy the environment, like the natural environment, and even though the weather, the human-made or the natural-made. And economic, it can be positive and negatives as well. This is we have to narrow down thinking of. So in terms of the tourism and hospitality, we have to link or merge with the tourism, sustainable and these themes in terms of mitigation the negative impact down below.
So that is a fantastic explanation, Ajarn. So now that we have a clear understanding of the sustainable tourism and hospitality, so let's move on to the next question, which is how important is sustainable tourism and hospitality?
Wow, it's without this, the tourism will be dead forever, I'm sure. In terms of tourism, so without the prevention or kind of sustainability behaviors, that will be forever dead. Many tourism, the tourist attraction sites in the world would, terminate. They die forever because of without any right behavior, without right protection. It's go along, to the hell. If we want to, we would love to keep this tourism stay as long as they can, or still transfer to the next generation. So we need to focus on this sustainable practice and put in more practical, whether you are in the tourism section or hotel or any kind of part of tourism industry, whether aviation as well. Nowadays, people or the organization or company as well, they try to put this term into the services and goods as well. For example, the hotel, they try to encourage the customers to reuse the towels and blankets and so on, and also the packages, the products are really, let's say we call eco-friendly to the nature, and it can be destroyed very short. and in terms of the aviation, they try to reduce the carbon while they taking flights. Even though the also in the in-flight service, they try to use the papers or something which is really be like a friend within nature, natural, and tourism as well. The tourism really the clear view to point that we can seeing it nowadays. Lots of the DMO. You know what it's been DMO, destination management something. So they applied this sustainable law or regulation. For example, in Thailand, some of our islands are prohibited, banned the plastic. To bring into that island. I cannot remember exactly which islands in Thailand is it, but really it's work, and people have to use the let's say bio bag or the cloth bag, for example. That's perfect implementation, right?
So it is like crystal clear that like fostering a positive relationship between communities and also the environment and also the tourist is kind of like crucial for this tourism and hospitality
Yeah.
industry. Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for your insight. And also, shall we move on to the next question, which is
Mm-hmm.
like, why should the tourism and hospitality industry take the lead in sustainable efforts?
Mm-hmm. Right, I deeply mentioned earliest at I think on the first questions. So the three pillars we should
Yes.
always focusing on, because without those three pillars we will like I said, tourism will be die forever. So we can do in several ways. Let's say the compelling reason. The first of all, the environment impact. So this is we need to focus on really put our eyes on the time, not only the tourism but the way of the governments and local governments or authorities. They should work with us with the private sectors or education, let's say university or educational section as well. And then secondly, the economic, the dependence. So many destinations, they are really want to generate their own income to drive the city country itself, not only taking supporting from the government or from the some organization, which is really waste of time. Sometimes it's hard to get finance to run the countries as well. And also the cultural prevention. So somehow when we are traveling to somewhere, if we really didn't care about the harmful on the ways of lives of the people, or we didn't put any strict rules, regulation, prohibited some things, for example. Some of the countries or cities really sensitive to keep the cultural to stay along. They should put a regulation or rules or laws like only the localities or the residents can do this business in terms of open up for everyone. So that is really we should take in our hands at all time or take in account at all times. And moreover, if we want to taking a look overall, the world, the climate change as well. This is many countries around the world. We try to encourage and put, or even though they try to let's say taking fine, not prohibited. Like if you're not doing this, we will take some money from you or deduct from our support and finance support. For example, the European countries said if any countries in Europe they are not put this climate change or climate what is it damaged or something, they will, reduce some finance support to that country, basically. That's an example.
And also, like from a point of view, the three pillars that you mentioned before, which is like the environment, the economy, and also like the cultural prevention. So not only the tourist destination and tourist industry,
Yes.
also like every industry have to consider those three pillars.
Exactly. Because tourism cannot stay alone. We still work together, diverse of industry. Whether you are in the agriculture, whether you are in the I don't know, kind of engineering sectors or whatever, we need to make it well together and well collaboration. As long as we are human, let's say we are the world together. We are the world. So without us taking care on, of course we will die day by day.
Those are really impressive insights, Ajarn. So before we conclude our episode in here, I'd like to share a thought from Albert Einstein, which is like information is not knowledge. The only source of knowledge is experience. You need experience to gain wisdom, right?
Yeah.
So would you mind sharing the experience about the sustainable tourism and hospitality that you have ever been experienced or before? And also, like, is there any improvement that you can do better?
All right. So I can divide it into part because according to my work experience, also my traveling experience as well. So while I was working as a hotel staff, let's say the receptionist, so as a staff, the people works in that industry, we had to encourage and inform the guests or clients to understand the rules of the green hotel. I think you guys have been learning a little bit about the green hotels already.
Yes.
So basically, it kind of be informed of the customer. Okay, if you are a short stay, like a few days, maybe you can reuse the towels and those stuff in your rooms. But however, it depends on the preferences. But in terms of I am as a hotel guest, yes, of course, I always try to help them. For example, if I stay just for 2 nights, I don't need to clean up every single day. So just hang up the door hangers, like, okay, do not disturb or do not clean in the room. And yeah, I think I can basically at our home, in your dorm, at your dorm, you might clean up the room every single day. No, you don't, and you are not clean up your towels every single day, isn't it? Yeah, it's basic thing. So we should apply this into our traveling. For example, in terms of the when we were somewhere or when we set it somewhere, whether the site which is human made or natural made, we need to consider, considering all the times that okay, if we do this, will be destroyed. That's the view, the senses, or if we belong there, we should be in Rome. We have to be a Rome person, right way and right behave ways. We should thinking of. For example, if you are in the green area, mountain or anywhere else, you need to really use something which is not really the opposite side of the environment or surrounding. For example, you might not drop any plastic bags on the ground. You might not shout out loud, which is very silent there. For example, in the mountain and so on. So this is the another thing we need to. And as I am always behaving like that, and restaurant, for example, the simple things we always getting, having food every single day. So, or in the evening, for example, try to finish those. Sorry, I have to say shit on the dish. Yeah, okay. If you cannot really finish off those, a little bit, remain something. Or at home, for example, you have to separate the garbage. whatever you use, the plastic or the remaining foods, let's say the weight prevention or procedures that we have to comply and apply into it at all times. So as I was let's say the previous trip to the Philippines last a couple of weeks, I flew with the Philippines Airlines, and yeah, I always request the things which is only I really need. I don't want to get everything on board. Exactly, we paid for that. Exactly, we paid for that services. But however, things which is not really need, we don't need. Just okay, remain it and just keep for those people who really want it. And moreover, nowadays people, they are seeking for a how to say, like, we are feeling we wanted to live like back then 50 years ago, back to the basic. Let's say we're seeking for that. And in Thailand we call CBT, cultural based tourism. So it means that when we were there, or when we are there, when we sit there, we need to focus on their ways of life and try to be among them. Do not do something against their ways of life, or bring something which is like an alien. You don't put yourself like an alien. Of course we are an alien there, but however, we just be a part of them, at least learn them. That is the sustainable. We can learn the culture, we can learn the ways of life and practice with them. So this is how we can keep the sustainable to live as long as the possible. Mm-hmm.
So, and also, if I have to summarize what you have said before,
Yeah.
so it means that every visitor, it is important for every visitor to know that like they shouldn't leave any negative impact on the destination that they visited.
Exactly.
So it should be a universal language to everyone should know, right?
For example, if I was in your country, Myanmar, I should always, considering, thinking of, okay, what the Burmese ways of life. Yes. Of course, you are not only one tribes of the Burmese. There's thousands of tribes in Myanmar. Yes. So when I visit somewhere else in Myanmar, I should always, okay, guys, here I am. So I should belong. I should do the right thing of those people, basically they are doing there. And no need to bring something really, negative impact to the ways of life.
Yes. So, thank you very much, Ajarn, for your insight again. So, so this is like kind of our like wrap up sessions for this episode. So we hope that our listener have gained some knowledge from this episode as well. So before we say goodbye, I would like to thank you again for joining with us today. So this episode couldn't be better if it is without you. So thank you again.
Thank you very much for inviting me, and I hope to see you next round, wherever. If you see me around, wherever, so please say hi to me.
Yes. And also thank you to our listeners. And also I hope you guys like, follow, and also subscribe our social medias. So you won't regret it. So see you guys. Bye.
See you.